Hello.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to A Couple of Sassholes podcast. I'm Brooklyn Johnson.
And I'm Heather Terry.
And for anyone who doesn't know, this is our power hour of true crime where we talk about fucked up people doing fucked up shit, usually for fucked up reasons and sometimes for no reasons at all.
That's right. And today, there are a lot of reasons, but they're selfish. I'm going to tell you the story about Andrew Crispo.
Ooh, I already like his last name. It makes me want a sandwich.
It makes me think of Crisco, but anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, the biggest news today ever in our lives is that's our 200th episode. Yay. And today we have Aaron Kizer with us. Look at this gentleman.
Let's make him uncomfortable.
Yeah. Imagine all the people staring at you right now through their phones.
As uncomfortable as possible.
So I'm going to give you just a quick lowdown. First portion of this, you guys are going to be like, wow, that was cheesy. And it's like, yes, because bios kind of are. And that's just what it is. So Aaron Kizer is an artist born and raised with roots deep in the bluegrass of Owensboro, Kentucky. I love this line. His paintbrush captures the pulse of contemporary culture, celebrating the people and places that his friends, family, and community hold dear. He uses his paintings to give back to the community that cultivated him, and he is pretty much like a righteous hero here in Owensboro. Now, some of his super fancy clients include NASA,
No big deal.
Maker's Mark, American Cancer Society. I had to throw in something that said I do good things too.
You don't have to do that.
I have to. Ritz-Carlton, and is it Aria in Las Vegas?
It is,
I
but
love that.
you don't have to.
Oh, right. Well, it happened.
But well,
Brag. We're bragging. You didn't write this. We're bragging on
well,
you.
no, you can tell I didn't write it. But
He'd be like, I'm Aaron Kizer.
I'm
I
Aaron
paint.
Kizer.
I paint things.
I like to paint.
But Aaron's really known for his killer beard, his amazing teeth, and his dry sense of humor and overall chill demeanor. He's the kind of guy who's like a warm weighted blanket and a great sativa joint. He personally makes me want to go rip cigs, chug a latte, and discuss topics I have no right to talk about. Fun fact, he hates doing any publicity. So the fact that he is sitting here right now with us, it's truly an honor. And this is our Aaron Kizer. Welcome, our fabulous friend.
thank you, and I did write that.
Yeah, when you agreed to do this, I was like, oh, for real? Like, I couldn't imagine. So thank you for coming here.
Yeah.
No, I just figured it better than sitting at home tonight.
Wow,
We'll see.
we're better than the couch. I love it.
We'll see.
He's like, the jury's out.
Yeah.
Literally.
I know.
Who knows what's happening today?
Well, we do want to plug something because that's a banging ass shirt, by the way, Kizer.
Oh, well, thank you.
I love that. Can you?
So if you guys don't know, if you're in the Owensboro area or you're not and you just want to come to Owensboro, on October 30th, which is a Friday, I Am Drugs Volume 3 is happening at the Owensboro Convention Center. It is going to be an unbelievable art show. It's right around Halloween, so that means fucking shit's going to go down. And we may be emceeing it. Guys.
You will definitely be seeing it, but or you better be. But also, we just came up with an idea today for the costume.
We've been on the edge of our seats on the costume front.
Yeah. So we didn't want to make it where you have to dress up and it'd be awkward if you don't want to dress up.
Yeah.
But we do have Rocco Jewelry Store giving away a diamond. I don't know if that's going to be a necklace, a ring, or whatever he decides to give. But that'll be like first place. Second place will be like 500 cash.
Oh, it's a costume contest.
Yeah.
We can't.
Are
win, though.
we can't win, right?
Oh man,
lame.
I think I'm busy that day then.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
See, I'm not. Did you ever dress up for Halloween? Like, were you?
No,
Me
I
either.
still don't.
Oh,
And I won't dress up that night. That's why I don't want anybody to feel like it's a pressured thing to dress up where you have to, because I definitely won't.
Are you gonna like paint your face or anything? Can you paint our faces?
Yeah. So
Can paint happen?
I'll definitely have paint on my face at some point.
Right. So he does upside down speed painting. I say speed, but I don't know if you're like doing it within a particular time frame, but you're not there for 4 hours painting one masterpiece. You know?
No, usually I think they're about 10 minutes a piece, but I don't try to keep time on them anymore.
Yeah.
10 minutes though to do. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. You guys need to go to his website, which is kizerarts.com.
Yeah.
Look at me.
Look at you guys.
I didn't even write it down.
I didn't even have to read a piece of paper.
Right? And if you haven't seen him in person though, it's almost like, I don't know. I always say it's like a performance because he is the best music ever.
Oh yeah.
Like the music, I don't want to act like the music carries so much weight, but it does because it's so good.
Well,
and you're like, it almost feels like you're dancing while you're
definitely
painting.
not dancing.
No, you're not.
You don't want to see me dance. But like, I do put a lot of effort into the music. to try to carry,
Yes.
the show, and especially like if I mess up, at least people could be like, "Hey, the music was good." That's like my main goal is to find all the ways I can cover up my mistakes.
That's how I've been living my life.
Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah,
Speaking of mistakes, I have a question for you. We usually ask our guests this. You know how people are allowed when they're on death row, they can order any death row meal. What would your death row meal be if you did something terrible and were on death row?
I have no idea. I don't even know that I would care about food at that point.
Right.
It's just like,
You could be like those
Yeah.
guys that just order a bunch of stuff like lobsters and steaks and then they don't eat
And
it out of
just-
spite.
yeah,
I'm
that
like-
or the never-ending buffet. Just
I
chill
just
out
eat
for a
till I
couple
got
of years.
I thought this was a meal that could last 24 to 48 hours.
Yeah. If they don't put a time limit on it, then that's what I'm doing.
Right?
Yeah, bring the Golden Corral in here.
Ugh.
I know.
Of
That's
all
only,
the fast food.
that's the
or
only
of all the
buffet I could think of off the top of my head.
buffets. I would just say like New China, but the only buffet that I'm getting down with is a Chinese buffet.
Oh, yeah.
If it's American food on a buffet, fuck off.
fuck off.
Fuck off. I'm not here for that.
I'm not really a buffet guy though, but if it was going to save my life for a couple days, even I would do it.
There you go.
Now, if you were going to be arrested, what would be the crime that you would commit? And mine was like
Yours was money laundering.
money laundering. If somebody presented an opportunity to launder money,
As she looks in the camera.
I want you to know
She'd
I would
do
be
it.
down.
I just wouldn't do anything to get arrested.
See, you're just
I'll try my hardest
a
not
good
to.
soul. Heather's
Golden
like
boy.
drunk and disorderly.
But yeah,
That wouldn't be like my request. It would just happen.
but at the end of the day, I feel like we're all one mistake away from being in the same place as anybody else. So
Very true.
That
was fucking deep.
Spitting knowledge, all right. We're only like 2
no,
minutes in.
yeah, no. Well, my thing is I don't like to judge people because they've done something wrong, and because I don't know that I wouldn't do the same if I was in their situation.
Very true.
Now, some of the stuff you may talk about, I wouldn't do, but
Today, I hope not.
People always ask me, they're like, do you think you could spot a killer? Like, it was always the first question when we started getting into this was, do you think you could get away with murder? And my answer was always no. Yes, if I went for a random person. But the other one was always, could you spot a killer? And I was like, you never know who is capable of killing when they're in a situation.
Well, no, also, it's like there's people that go to jail at 60 years old for killing somebody for the first time at 60.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how'd you make it 60 years and not murder
Right.
somebody? But so, like, it could happen at any time because before they were 60, they weren't murderers.
Right.
So, like, you lived a good life not being a murderer, and then all of a sudden you decided to do something crazy.
Why you got to be like that?
Yeah, why you got to go out and murder people? But, like,
That's what we wonder all the
But-
time.
I
That's
know.
the big question here. Why you got to go out and murder people?
because it's like you could never tell who is one and who isn't. I mean, I've met some people that I would assume.
Oh,
Yeah.
There's
know.
been people that you look at and you're like, you either have bodies under your porch or there will be.
Yeah,
Like-
you're a couple of days away from it because,
Right.
like, I've seen some people's eyes before. It's just like they had no soul
Mm-hmm.
in them, and I would say they're probably capable of it.
Yeah.
But again, they were probably 40-something years old and they're still walking free and haven't killed anybody yet. So
Well, they have until they're 60.
yeah,
They got that darkness in them.
Yeah,
Well,
they
this
do.
guy that I'm going to talk about today, he wasn't shy about his extracurriculars. He wasn't shy about how big of a piece of shit he was.
Ew.
So are you guys ready for this?
I'm so
This
ready.
is the story of Andrew Crispo. Now, I'd never heard of this, but when you graced us with your, yes, I will do your show, we caught him in a weak moment. But whenever you said that, and we were like, oh, cool, we'll do like an artist. Well, this is art adjacent from the art world. So my sources are Wikipedia. There were several articles from the New York Times. There was a bunch of court documents. New York Magazine did a great expose on this. There's an episode on YouTube from the show Dark Hearts with Stacey Lee. Excerpts from the book called The Box of Toys by David France. Now, I read a lot of it, but I didn't read all of it because you had to buy it on eBay. So You can read that if you want to get into the nitty gritty details, because I did have to leave a lot out. And then my new favorite podcast, Crushes, the sexy host of Beers with Queers, a true crime podcast. They're so cute. So anyway, I listen to a lot of theirs. So there are a handful of cases in the art community. Like they're not known for spawning murderers. But there's a handful of them. This one stood out to me, and you're about to find out why. It's not an artist per se, but it's an art gallery owner in the art world whose name is Andrew Crispo. And I'd never heard of this, but hang on to your nuts because it's crazy.
Hang on to your paintbrushes, guys.
I really wrote hang on to your nuts, fellas, because here we do go. So there are a few players in this story, and the first one is Eigil Dag Vesti, and Dag is his middle name. So some people say Eigil. I'm going to say Eigil. It's easier to say.
How do you spell it?
It's Eigil.
Okay.
And his middle name is Dag, and his last name is Vesti.
Do some people say it or just you? Because it's easier.
It just feels, but no, it's about half and half from what I saw. But that's a valid question.
But also, you didn't pay for the eBay, so you may not know. You may have just got like a really small case study.
I was like, I don't know that Aaron knows that we record these every week and have to write 16-page book reports.
Yeah, he was like, oh, you write them down? I'm like, I can't remember all this shit.
No, I was just playing because I can't remember anything.
I know. I'm like, I wish I could remember all this.
Oh my gosh, me too.
I already forgot the intro. So.
Right? He's like, what's the name? Okay, so Eigil was born in Oslo, Norway in 1958, and he'd always been into fashion and artistic. So around 14 or 15 years old, he decided that his dream was to move to New York City and study in the fashion industry to make his dreams come true. Around 17, he decided to tell his mom that he was a gay man, and thankfully she and her whole family, they were like, oh, we kind of figured, but we love you.
The second he went into design,
yeah,
if you didn't think it, it should have been at least on the tip of your tongue.
Yeah.
So that's probably the case.
Yeah. Eigil and his sister Anne were super close as well. So she was like, oh, great, you're gay. I have a gay brother. This is wonderful. In the winter of 1982, he was 23 years old. He finally took off for New York City to try to get into the Fashion Institute of Technology, but I'm going to say FIT moving forward. And there's a photo of Eigil that I sent you.
Forgot that we did that.
I want you to see him because
we have to reach over each other and it's always awkward. And we were like, let's not be weird to our friend Aaron today. I don't have any messages from you, babe.
Oh, that's good. We'll just be awkward and use my phone then. This is a picture of Eigil. Eigil's hot.
I'm coming in.
Eigil's hot.
Eigil is so hot.
He is hot. Like
he's pretty tough.
I was like, I wonder.
He's pretty tough.
There's anyone else?
She showed the class.
Insert photo for Jess. Sorry, I'm really into the photo. He's really hot.
He is hot. So
I wouldn't say hot, but
he's tough.
He's tough.
Yeah. So
he's looking tough.
Sadly, Hot Eigil did not pass the English entrance requirement during the admissions to FIT, so he didn't get in. Defeated, he went back to Norway to regroup. His mom's like, okay, well, we'll work on this. So she helped land him a gig working in boutiques on a cruise ship or a couple cruise ships so he could save up some cash and improve on his English with the tourists. I love that he didn't like just throw in the towel. He was like, you know what? I'll go back and I'll get better in my English, save up some money, and I'll try this again. Because he could have just been like, cool, I don't do that anymore.
I wonder what cruise line he worked. I went to
Norway.
Norway.
It was Saga Fjord and the Vista Fjord.
I went to Oslo and went there for work on a cruise ship. So I'm like, oh my God, we were like two ships passing in different decades. I was like, not sure this was not the same time.
Right. While working on board, he met an American couple who were so impressed by his charm and I'm assuming what he looked like, that they were kind of mentors to him and they helped him get into FIT the following year. So just random tourists, they were like, yes, this is your dream. We're going to help you.
Interesting.
Yeah. And
sorry, what years are we talking about? What
80s?
Okay.
Yeah. He also worked as a model to support himself while attending school. So
it shows.
Yeah. Like those are some of his modeling photos. He was very eccentric, but he was always well dressed. People say that he wore cowboy boots a lot, but he pulled it off. I don't know. That was just like his thing. Like he loved cowboy boots. His friends knew him as stylish, outgoing, kind, and just a positive person to be around. He commanded attention in a room without being loud and obnoxious.
I wonder if it was the cowboy boots. Like, that is such a choice. If
And
you're
it's
not,
a choice.
I have pondered that shit for way too much time on the cowboy boot front. Like,
Yeah.
and we're in Kentucky, and I
Yeah.
still feel like it's a Texas thing or a Nashville thing. Like, even here,
Yeah.
I'm like, on the cowboy boots. But maybe if he's going through Norway, and
It's making a statement.
yeah,
I feel like a lot of people here wear cowboy boots.
they do.
Yeah.
Like I remember, like growing up, like my dad and every single one of his friends had cowboy boots.
Agreed, but like
Yeah.
the real ones. So like I think of those, and those are like hard working boots.
Yeah.
Like they're meant to be. They're at least, well, in some cases, a $300 pair.
Mhm.
But like what everyone wears now is like those bullshit $25 Amazon boots,
yeah.
and they're not meant for like hard work.
Yeah.
I see two different genres of cowboy boots.
I can see cowboy boots. I feel like cowboy boots and shorts is a choice, you know. But like
Yes,
I've
I agree,
seen that
that
a
is a
couple
choice.
times. but
Cowboy boots and shorts. Jorts.
jorts or
Cowboy boots and jorts is a hard choice.
yeah, but yeah, that's a big choice. But
So, Eigil loved art, theater, fashion, dinner parties, and he was a hit in the New York 80s social scene. So, New York City had one of the largest and vibrant gay communities in the United States back to the early to the mid 80s. So, places like Greenwich Village, Chelsea, parts of the Upper East Side had tons of gay bars, clubs, restaurants, and social events. The community was made up of everything from struggling artists, students, celebrities, wealthy businessmen, fashion designers, and art dealers. It was all about being seen and networking while having the time of your life out and proud, which I think was wonderful. So after they went through all the Stonewall stuff years before,
right.
they were able to be like out.
Was this like the red light district time? Like when it was like they were fucking behind glass and stuff?
That was more like the 70s ish, I feel like. This is more like.
What do you know about that? Do you know the time frame?
Do you know?
I watched I watched some documentary on like,
I didn't even know that was a thing.
yeah, oh my gosh. So in New York, you were able to like go down these strips of businesses, and people were just fucking
Mhm.
behind glass. Like they're the cute new trench coat that's in style this fall.
That was like the.
And you could like pay,
Mm-hmm.
and then the women would do stuff. And it was pretty much like build your own porn.
Yeah. Like the 70s was really heavy for that, especially in Times Square.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think this was like post that different neighborhoods.
Okay.
So it's like they were partying, but they were out and proud, but not out in the window and proud, I think.
Heard. Okay.
So.
Never been there.
So it also wasn't uncommon for younger men to meet older, well-connected professionals that they could network with and make some connections both professionally and socially. These weren't viewed as unusual back in the day. It was just accepted, and there's typically a large age gap in these cases. So like rich, older gay guys would have little boy toys around that they would either date or just mentor and hang out with. Like they would just be like, it'd be like if I wanted to get into art, who am I going to hang out with? You know, you. So,
Makes
like,
sense.
yeah.
Good for them for having mentors.
I know.
Yeah.
Quote.
That's
I'm
a
over
weird
here
way
like-
of mentor.
I was like, I don't know if that's the right word.
I know, right?
For what we're all thinking. I'm pretty sure you're not shooting an email and asking them to take a glance at your resume. Doesn't feel as even.
I do want to point out that this was also in the midst of the AIDS epidemic, where thousands of gay men had already died and there was a lot of unrest and uncertainty. So having the meaningful and trustworthy connections in the gay community was even more important now than ever. Okay, anyway, we are in February 1985. Eigil was 26 years old, living in Manhattan, modeling. He's about to graduate from FIT, and he's now working in Nicole Miller's showroom, who was known for reinventing the little black dress.
Ooh.
So he's got
queen.
So he's got a lot going for it. Like he's making the connections he needs to make the best that he can. One night he's out and about, and he's introduced to a 53-year-old man named Andrew Crispo. Now I'm going to backpedal for a little bit. Backpedal a little bit. You guys got this. Andrew Crispo was born on April 21st, 1945 in Philadelphia. He was an orphan whose parents dropped him off at the orphanage shortly after he was born. He bounces through the system from orphanages and foster homes. So when he was about 19, he says, screw this, and moves to New York to reinvent himself. I'm not going to dive into all his background stuff. That could be a whole episode on its own just from him up to 19. He got into sex work when he was younger. He didn't have the best foster homes. He went to one of the orphanages he went to, the nuns would take him to art galleries to get him out of the house, even though they like beat the crap out of him, allegedly, what he says. But that's how he got into art. Well, then he started getting in all these circles because he was a sex worker. So then all these rich older guys, he would pay him, and then they were art dealers and things like that. So he started falling in love with that and seeing how much money he could make.
So I'm curious. So because I've seen this in different things is why I'm asking this.
Mm-hmm.
Was he gay and then became a sex worker and chose the male arena? Or was he just a young boy that because of his foster situation and upbringing ended up being a male who had sex with other men for that like series of his life, but wasn't necessarily gay, was more forced into it from survival?
Valid question. No, he was gay.
He was gay.
He was a gay man, and he always said it no matter what, but he looked down upon, he was homophobic. So it's kind of odd to me. I haven't ran into
that would make me feel more like he wasn't.
Yeah. Oh, he would tell everyone, like, I'm a proud gay man, but he just thought he was a better, different breed. He looked down on his community from what I read.
Well, like what I mean by it is like when a 15-year-old boy decides to be a sex worker in a forced environment, like a bad foster care situation, they're doing it because they're in a situation where there's predator men.
Yeah, correct. But
versus like, I want dick.
Oh, he wanted dick and he wanted to be paid for it.
Heard.
That's a valid question.
Heard. When did he get into sex work? Do you recall?
In his late teens.
Okay.
And it was a choice. Like he figured out like, oh, I'm going to make money. Oh, I can make it this way because men are paying attention to me. So then he started figuring out that he could make money that way. He ended up having a little bunch of hot gays that worked with him as sex workers as well. So he got it. Like there's even a story about Liberace in him. So like he got into it hardcore. One rich guy that was helping him out, one of his clients that he frequented, was like, here, I'll help you out. You come, I have a brownstone in New York. Come stay at my place. Before that, he ended up stealing a bunch of art that was worth a lot of money. He would go in and say he was an art runner. Then he would take the consigned pieces and sell it for more money and then never talk to those people again. So he was stealing all of this art.
Do you use fake names?
That he would just do. I mean, the 80s, man. He'd be like, yeah, I got it. And then he would just blow them off because he was like kind of a vagrant. So
I know. I'm just like, if he had a house. I don't know if they actually knew his name, though.
In New York, he made a name for himself. In Philadelphia, they just knew him as the whole group that ran around. And his rich clients would protect him from things.
Do you have a photo of him?
Yeah, I'll show you in a second. So he started out, that's actually my next line. He started out as a runner for the galleries, and I don't have a young photo of him because the 80s, but this was him when he got older.
It always blows me away when you're like, this dude's a runner and his job was to do this one thing, and then he would just steal the pieces, and then it's like, oh, but no one said anything.
Well,
like that he was still able to do the job.
I feel like you could get away with a lot before the internet.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
News didn't travel too fast.
Oh, yeah. He would buy it and transport it. But he also would blackmail people. So if there was a lot of closeted rich art dealers that were closeted. So if they slept with them, he would turn around and be like, well, I'll out you, or you're just going to chalk that up to a loss that I just stole your art. So, and they would literally be like, oh, don't tell anyone. That's fine. So he was very conniving in his ways from a young age. He started moving and shaking his way up the ladder though, because he was really smart. He had a sharp eye for art that he developed from his that one client that I didn't even write down his name. That's how irrelevant he is. But he was teaching him about all this stuff, and he would literally just go in art galleries and they would be like, oh, you're great, blah blah blah. All this combined with the sketchy, powerful people he was working for shot him right up the ladder in New York art scene to be one of the most influential people.
Wow.
Yeah, like
that's big.
He went from being an orphan, and a lot of people heard this and they liked his story so much, and they didn't know that he was kind of a piece of shit, that he stole and cheated his way up the ladder. But he got up there, and this combined with his extracurriculars, I should say, made him well known, and I'll get to that shortly. So Andrew decides to take his small fortune that he saved up along with some very powerful investors he'd met and open up the Andrew Crispo Gallery in 1972. This highlighted American modernism and post-war art, which that means.
What is that? Post-war.
What is that? The look you just gave. American modernism.
Well,
what's
what
American
pre-war?
I have no idea.
I don't know. No bombs in the photo.
Post-war sadness and hunger.
I don't know.
You also got to remember, like, I'm not an artist. I'm a painter.
Right.
Okay.
I was like, dude, like,
I don't know.
I don't even know what happens if people, like, my knowledge of art and the art industry is watching, like, fucking Ocean's 11 if they stole paintings. Like, I've only watched people steal paintings in movies. I don't know anything else.
Yeah. Well,
were you going to say something?
Someone will comment. Oh, yeah.
No. Just about him climbing the ladder in art.
Mm-hmm.
Like, really, as I'm listening to it, he was just like super persistent. But that's like this industry in general.
Oh, yeah.
And you just stay super consistent.
Well, he definitely knew who to stay relevant.
Yeah. And he knew who to be around.
Oh, yeah.
And then who to blackmail.
And who to blackmail.
That's what I need to figure out.
Right? I can help you.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's get some names.
That's the crime I'm going to commit.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So Andrew Crispo's gallery, it was one of the hottest new things. It had 2 floors. One was the brown room. One was the green room that had art for sale. And then his office called the red room.
Of course. Little skanky. What is skanky? Oh my God. I love it. This dude was like...
He's like, this is my office. And they're like,
I cannot. If you literally opened up a new insert, whatever the fuck you want to open up, and you were like, and my room is.
Come to my office. It's the red room.
It's called the red room.
The walls were deep red. And it was everything you thought of, but I'll get into that. So over the next few years, he hosted like these big ass parties and events, amazing art exhibits, and he caught everyone's attention, including celebrities like Steve Martin, who, by the way, he went to the neighboring art gallery, took one of their paintings, said Steve wants to see this, went and sold it to Steve Martin for a huge markup. Steve Martin didn't know. He gave the guy the cut that he was supposed to sell it for, kept like $25,000 for himself, and then it ended up being in a magazine, and it said it was Andrew Crispo's. So like he stole from his neighbor, sold it, and charged more, and then took credit for the art piece. That's just one of it. So Steve Martin, Julie Andrews, and Mary Tyler Moore, just to say a few of the people that hung out with him. Cut to the early 80s. Andrew Crispo. Wow. Crispo. That sounds like
it makes me want something crispy.
Is that a 50-50 thing too? Some people say it.
Yeah. Some people say Crispo.
I'm going to start saying it. Some people say it like that. I'm sorry you're not cultured.
Yeah.
No, Crispo. That sounds like a fucking dog, like a new kind of doodle, like a Crispo. It's a Crispo. No, she's just staring at me like I'm dumb. Okay. So Andrew Crispo, he went from dabbling in the cocaine to spending thousands of dollars a day on cocaine.
I don't know if you know the math. But that's how cocaine works.
It's like 80s cocaine, 80s thousands too.
Yeah, but we started lacing it worse. Oh. So I feel like their shit was probably better. I don't know. Do you have any knowledge of cocaine in the 80s?
I don't know anything about drugs.
Oh, man, I know nothing about that.
Your shirt says I am drugs, but...
No, it doesn't.
Like,
oh, no, Volume 3. I got rid of the I am drugs.
Oh, no, I'm just giving you shit. So cocaine, for those of you who don't know, Aaron Kizer, was the drug of choice in the 80s in high societies. So this combined with the amount of money that made him start to go off the rails from his addiction. He started getting really paranoid. His temper was out of control and the power went to his head. And it also spilled over into his sex life.
Oh, no. I hate when things spill over to the sex life.
His office, aka the Red Room, was decorated in a deep red and had a dungeon-like atmosphere. There were leather restraints, whips, chains, collars, paddles, and other BDSM equipment. And for those of you who don't know, BDSM stands for Big Daddy Spank Mama. Oh my God, I forgot I wrote that.
I was like, that is not what that means.
I forgot. I wrote this like a week ago.
No.
No, it means bondage, discipline, sadism, and masochism. So normally this is done between between consenting adults.
Always important to note, everyone. Consenting adults.
Consenting adults. Someone is dominant, someone is submissive, and you get the picture.
Pause. Okay, so cocaine in the 80s was often a higher purity at the retail level than it is today. And it varied whatever, like by supplier. our street cocaine now varies widely and is often lower than the pure product, leaving source countries because it's cut multiple times to reach it. And now, unfortunately, the biggest change in is that we have fentanyl in ours. Like people started cutting it with fentanyl, and that's why everyone dies from it. So cocaine is not nearly as fun of a snow bunny experience
when
as
you
we
say
used
in
to.
ours, are you talking about y'all's?
Our cocaine?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
You
like
say it in a
ours
way
today.
like say it in a way like it's here.
Oh my God.
Let me grab it from my bag.
Yeah.
Let me go get, this is a Coca-Cola body, not a cocaine body. So,
But Coke was a hell of a drug. It was a good time.
Okay, so there were several clubs that Andrew Crispo frequented in the 80s that were dedicated to this, but they were normally safe, consenting adults, places they could go, be leather daddies, all the things where they were accepted. One of them was called the Hellfire Club, and I thought that was just a shirt on Stranger Things. I didn't realize that was like a gay bar, but that's fine. He got carried away, and instead of keeping it inside the bedroom, his quest for power bled outside, and it showed. As he thought everyone was, quote, out to get him, he hired a crew of hot 19, 20-year-old buff straight men to be his bodyguards, or as he called them, the executioners. So he literally would be walking down the street and be like, you want to party? And
fucking cracked out on blow.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally like, do you guys want to do you see my executioners? Do you guys want to go with me? Someone's watching me. Like that's all I can assume in this dude is for thousands of dollars of cocaine in you a day. Mm-hmm. How much money did he really have? Like, was he a millionaire? Okay.
Millions and millions.
Okay, I was like, he better be a millionaire for acting that fucking psycho.
Yeah, because he went from 19, like he came to New York in 19 when he was 19, and now he's like 56. So, and he just kept climbing the ladder. Or 53. Yeah, he kept climbing the ladder. Nuts.
No, I was just curious. I'm like, okay, you can be really, really crazy and weird whenever you have millions of dollars.
Well, you gotta find a place to spend it. It's gotta go somewhere.
That's true. Cocaine and straight men.
Whatever you can use for a tax write-off.
He's like, my executioners are marketing for the Crispo Gallery. He would find hot guys out and about and would literally walk up to them and be like, how would you like to work for me and make a shit ton of money? Or
doing what?
And they would be like, they would do anything he asked out of fear once they got in. So like he would ask them, hey, do you want to party? And then I have money and I have this. And they're like 19. They're like, sure, that sounds great.
I mean, you're in New York. You're literally trying to party.
Yeah. And then you meet them and then you're like, oh my God, and I can't get away from this guy. And now I work for him. And if I don't listen to him, I'm going to get my ass beat or worse. Because he started doing a lot of bad things. And his right-hand man, who was always with him, was a man named Bernard LeGeros. This is a picture of Bernard.
Oh my God. What the fuck?
Yeah.
What is this photo?
That's Bernard. The only photo I could find of him that was when he was younger.
He looks like he's got a poop stuck, don't he?
But why do they take photos like that?
I don't know.
Like, why is he shirtless and why does he look like he's like, oh, that one hurts.
Especially like
he's got a poop stuck.
I feel like that's that shouldn't be the only photo you could find of a human. Like there's you know what I mean? Like
that's the only older photo. Yeah.
He looks like he's like in a with his shirt off by like an underhang of a
because it's an intentional photo. And so you would think there would be like some random photos that wasn't like super intentional.
Like any photo that didn't make you look confused. Like he just woke up one day and he's like, why am I shirtless behind this weird grate?
Yeah, it is very odd. So I mean, you'll see a picture of him when he gets older, but like he's cute and he's cute.
He gives me Cuba Gooding Jr. vibes.
He is also straight-ish. He says he's straight. I think he's bi. Anyway, okay, real quick.
Can he not work with straight people?
He only worked with straight people.
Okay.
Yeah. But like, you'll see. So Bernard was well educated and his parents were prominent. He was raised by nannies though in boarding schools. His dad was a United Nations development official. Wow. I'm glad that's not my job.
You shouldn't have done coke before this.
I know, right? And his mom was a biochemist. So like pretty smart. Bernard attended
Dear God, if one of my parents was a biochemist, I'd be like, I come from fucking genius blood. I'm a dragon of knowledge.
What's a dragon of knowledge?
I don't fucking know what I'd be if my parents were that. My parents are smart. Sorry. I'm not here to degrade my parents' jobs. No, but they were normal humans, not biochemists.
Why the fuck weren't you biochemists? God.
I know, right? My dad's like, I was a great contractor. I did great work. Great work.
So Bernard attended United Nations International School in Manhattan and eventually crossed paths with Andrew Crispo, and the rest was history. So he looked up to Andrew from his rags to riches story and basically was his servant. And not to mention, I read that he had abandonment issues, so he wanted to do whatever he could to please Andrew. And I could do a whole episode on just his upbringing, but I'll just skip that part. Basically, he's like, oh, I look up to you. You're like a father figure to me because my dad always worked.
Oh my gosh, you can never win.
Right? Yeah.
You know, parents can never win.
Right. He even brought him over to Yemen with him. But anyway, okay. So the executioners would intimidate people, beat people up, threaten them, and people became scared of Andrew just for this reason. Bernard would do anything Andrew asked without question and eventually became literally his right hand. He would travel with him and he would slam his nose into the cocaine mountains with him too. So
solid.
He was like, come on, I'm going to take you under my wing because Andrew Crispo would always hit on him. And he's like, no, I'm straight. And he was like, oh, well, then I'm going to mentor you instead. So,
okay, here's the dill pickle.
Okay.
If I had a lesbian friend and she was like, I have millions of dollars and I may shower my millions upon you. Let's do tons of cocaine together and get drunk. I'm like, I'm fucking her. I'm like, okay, whatever. I can be lesbian for a few years through this experience. In my book, chapters 12 to 17 are lesbian, and then I'm going back to guys after this ends. But I'm getting some. I'm getting some money out of that. So you said you thought he was bi? I bet the dude had that viewpoint. Like, you know what? I don't know. Maybe I can get into some kinky shit on drugs.
For our millionaire lesbian listeners, if you would like to send your resume to Brooklyn at...
But you could also just be her friend.
Why you gotta say that
Like,
shit, man?
He's like, you could also just hang out like this guy.
You could just be really... That's not happening with tons of cocaine.
Yeah, you could.
We need
and
guys
them hitting on you all the time.
I feel like he's like our mediator between us.
We're like way up here, and he's like, or you could be normal.
Just hang out with them.
Yeah.
Not when you're doing that much blow, okay? If you're doing cocaine and he wants to have sex with him, I just feel like when you're drunk and on coke, I might want to play for different teams if there's someone there wanting to play on my team.
But also, there's choices.
Oh my God.
of not doing the coke and not getting drunk and just being somebody's friend.
You know what? That's not what the story is about.
Also, being a friend would be like, hey, let's not do so much coke.
That is
you know
true.
what? They needed a Kizer in their life.
They did.
Yeah.
This is why he said you're a weighted blanket. Just brings us.
Yeah, we just don't
comfort.
need to do all the coke. We can
Just-
chill
and the
out
sto-
every other day.
Well, that's my next sentence. They stopped doing coke and no one died. That's it. No, I'm kidding.
Huh?
No, that would be in an ideal world. We wouldn't have a show
Yes.
if people
I
would
say
stop.
all of this. I don't.
In jest.
Yes.
It's in jest.
I wasn't fully in a situation where I was in New York in the 80s ready
And
to
you were
fucking
a 19
slam my nose into cocaine mountains, as you put it.
Yeah, and brainwashed by basically anyway. So eventually Andrew started ordering Bernard to join in on the leather scene in his BDSM sessions. And although he was a straight man, he would do what he was told.
Okay, yeah, there's a line and we've crossed it. When there's drug use, there's no lines. I'm not in the cuck chair.
Yeah. Apparently Andrew began to watch because Bernard basically beat the shit out of people and said that Bernard liked being the bedroom enforcer. So he's on drugs and Andrew's telling him to beat up whoever's in the bedroom with them that at first consented, but they're like, whoa, this is too much.
That is terrible.
And now he's like, no, I like it because he had rage issues. Bernard does. So put him on cocaine with a guy that's like, yeah, do it. He's like, degrade him. Call him names.
And the guy's like opting out
Bernard's-
of the newsletter. Like, I don't want to be here anymore. I'd like to get out of
Yeah. He's
That
like
is
safe word.
horrible.
And they're like, nope, keep going.
Bernard didn't look like that type of dude.
No.
He
Like-
got turned into one.
No, I just mean
Yeah.
even from his physical
Yeah.
stature. I feel like he would have got beat up
Yeah.
trying
Well,
to enforce something.
If they're not the dom and they're the submissive one, then they're likely chained up.
Yeah, there was other things involved. And there would be more of the enforcers in there too sometimes. Like they'd come in after.
Yeah, you better have 100 Bernards.
The fuck?
Yeah. And we don't kink shame on the show, but it does sound like they don't care about safe words or consent.
So then it's not even. So I almost feel like every person who actually actively participates in BDSM because that is a true arena.
Right.
And they really respect it, and they have agreements and contracts, and they sign things, and they update their agreements as things change. They follow it to the book because that's the only way it's safe.
And Andrew's like,
if you're allowing somebody to tie you up and specifically inflict a type of harm that they could then also kill you, you really need to do it by the book, my guy.
Yeah.
And this guy is just completely ruining the whole genre. The whole kink is being shattered by this guy right now.
Yeah. There's another thing too that I didn't put in here, but that was in the book that
I didn't know there was a book.
No, well, some guy did a book on Andrew Crispo just because of all of his like tax fraud and all this other stuff. But like Crispo would call, he would be on drugs. He would call a payphone. Remember those? He'd call a payphone and just be like, "Do you want to party?" Blah blah blah, and give people their his address, and they would just come to his house. And then they would be like, "Oh, we're here for a party," and they're like, "Do you want to do this?" And he's like, "Yeah," and then he would just take advantage of them. Like, and then they wouldn't say anything because they willingly
So he would
went.
just call a random payphone.
Yep.
And if somebody answered it and their voice sounded mildly hot.
Yep.
That is.
Isn't that wild?
Like the most wild Tinder I've ever heard of.
Yeah. And then the guy that answered the phone would be too embarrassed to tell anybody so that he wouldn't get reported because people didn't want to say they went.
No.
Like
because they just assume they're
just going to like hang out and hook up, not like get the shit beat out of them.
Well, no, but you're saying they were embarrassed. Were they embarrassed because they like? What would they be embarrassed about? Sorry.
The fact that they answered a random payphone and were like, "Sure."
I wouldn't be able to be like, how many times did you go to a party not knowing the person?
Well, how many times you just hanging around a payphone? Like
the real question.
Like
how many times are you hanging around a payphone?
Like why? I remember when I was little. My mom used to drop me and my friends off at the mall. She'd give me a pocket full of quarters so I could call her when we was ready to come home.
Right.
For the payphone. I don't ever remember just hanging out at the payphone waiting for it to ring. And how do you get numbers to other payphones?
Oh, like whenever they call you.
Huh?
So the number was always on there because I'd have to call and then someone would call me back. Like my friend would call me back.
Yeah. No, I know like the payphone you're on.
But
how to call another payphone? Like, were you just researching?
I think he had to have written them down because he was like, hot guys hang out near this.
And he would do it in the neighborhoods where he knew the leather bars and stuff. So, like, he would go close to his target demographic.
Did you ever answer a random call from him?
I would never answer.
I did. I always did.
Really?
God, you both just looked at me like I said, I walk on the streets naked all the time.
But, like, I feel like I'm looking at this from, like, a 2026 view and not the 80s, 90s. But also, like, I just still don't feel like, I feel like if I was to go call a payphone, even back in the 90s, like it'd be like lightning striking for somebody to answer.
Yeah. I mean, you're right.
This dude's doing it like on a consistent basis of like.
We just live like you're totally right. Also New York.
Right.
I'm assuming. The reason I did is we walked everywhere and we rode bikes everywhere. And it only happened like 2 times in my life did a payphone ring when I was near it.
You answered it?
Yeah. Because it was usually for somebody that was near there.
Oh.
Like it was right by this gas station that was right down the street from my house. So they were like,
she's like,
hey, John just called me and can you see if there's a John? You're like, yeah.
For some reason, I feel like he made that part of the story up himself just so it sounded cool.
Yeah.
Or not cool because it's not cool. But like, just like to make it like more mysterious because at the end of the day, it's like, number one, you have to call a payphone. Somebody has to answer it. And then that person has to be able or willing to say yes to what you're asking.
You're right.
Like if you just pick up a random payphone, somebody's like, "Hey, you want to come to my house and have fun?" You'd be like, "Oh yeah, come pick me up."
Yeah. Do I need to bring potato salad or what kind of party is this? Like
hey, bro, I'm just going to my house
tonight. Yeah, it's a lot of this too came from Bernard's point of view. So and what
you can tell by Bernard's photo, he was like, he's churching this up.
He's like, I want to be famous for this.
Yeah, because I mean, the way he's trying to flex in the photo a little bit, he's like, I need to.
It's like if we just sat here with our arms crossed and our dresses the whole time.
I need to be.
So, what?
Oh, well, no, he's just like he just needs to have a good story, and he's trying to.
Do you know
what
I heard? I heard you say, "I need to pee," and I was like, "Do you need to pee?"
Oh no, I don't.
We can pause this.
Right now.
Not right now.
Man, I need to check on my ears. My hearing is suffering.
You may need to.
Okay. So, blah, blah, blah. We have coked out Andrew, his executioner army head dude, and also coked out Bernard LeGeros. And now he meets hot little Eigil. On February 22nd, 1985, Eigil was close to graduating from FIT, and he went out on a Friday night to play.
I didn't forget about Eigil.
I know. I actually
Right?
did too. I totally forgot about him.
Yeah, I had to set the scene. Set the scene.
Or was it Eigil?
You can call him.
Tomato.
Some people say it.
So now Eigil was into the leather and BDSM scene as well. So he'd met Andrew Crispo previously at a party, but they didn't hook up, so they just got introduced. Andrew immediately was like, I have to have that man. And 26-year-old Eigil was like, okay, this dude is rich. He's connected. I need to be near him
Yep.
to meet the right people in the fashion industry. So he's not stupid.
No,
Right.
And
he's Brooklyn's people.
He's apparently how I viewed
Yeah.
things when I was
Same
19.
mentality.
Andrew takes Eigil to his fancy ass apartment that was literally decorated in an expensive art collection of BDSM stuff. They spent the night talking, and Eigil told his friends he thinks he was drugged, but he wasn't sure. A few days later, Andrew invites Eigil to hang out again, and he's like, I should go. And I was like, you probably should. We're not victim shaming, but he probably shouldn't have went. So if you think someone got drugged, I probably wouldn't go hang out with the same guy again.
Oh, the fuck no.
Yeah. But he was like desperate.
You sure?
What? Okay, just because I said
Like, I don't know.
He was
no, I'm not. I do not want to be knocked out and not know. No.
Yeah.
Hard pass.
but he was, trying to get ahead. So he's like, I'll go. Bernard and Andrew pick up Eigil and they take him on a quote weekend getaway upstate to Wingdale, New York, to Bernard's rich family's property upstate in the countryside. They rarely go, but Bernard said he goes up there time to time. He says he takes one night stands up there, but
Take one night stands up there.
I'd be like, dude, if we're just gonna hook up one time, why are you driving me for 3 hours and things? No sense.
I would be so frustrated. I'd be like, you are literally treating me like a girlfriend and you want me to just be one of your sluts. That is a mixed signal moment. Taking me on some freaking nice ass place when you only wanted it one time. Fuck you.
Well,
Jeez.
He said, well,
you can't have good experiences every day. You got to take them when you can get them.
That's
what a voice of reason.
I mean,
it's valid.
yeah. I mean, none of us know how much longer we're going to live.
It's true.
So, like today could be the last day we have a cool moment.
oh my God.
Oh man.
And if it is, you could have been freaking doing that. Instead, you changed your mind because you didn't want to do it just one time. That's pretty, like, if you ask me, like, it's pretty fucked up.
I think
Like,
women, like, if it was a different scenario, I would assume that if a guy asked me on a weekend trip that you're going to try to date me.
Yeah.
I'm talking, and I'd go.
Yep.
After it, whenever I realized it was a one-time thing, that is when I'm talking about burning his photos.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, if somebody said, hey, you want to go to Disney World? And you was like, oh, yeah, I want to go. It was like, well, we're only going to go one time.
Oh, shut your face.
You're like, no, I don't want to go
I
anymore
wanna
because I got to go to Disney at least 20 times to enjoy it.
I like how we're calling sex Disney. No, like,
No,
like,
I
is that a Magic Mountain wink wink? Like,
no,
what?
no, no. I personally just like going to Disney World
No,
and Universal
You
Studios.
do? That's just a fun...
Wonderboy Media is not only the proud producer of this glorious magic employing your ear holes right now, but they're also a big deal.
Get in touch with them today to make all of your dreams a freaking reality.
From using their bangin' ass podcast studio,
Where we are right now.
to creating amazing videos and editing our content like the mystical mavericks they are.
Your podcast can go further when you have a Wonder Boy.
Hit up Drew today at WBOYmedia.com.
Or text him day or night at 270.
Just kidding.
Does your face look like a mugshot lately?
Then it is officially time for you to visit Hetef Aesthetics in Owensboro, Kentucky or Nashville, Tennessee.
That's right. Go see our girl Amber Teasley and her team because they'll have your face and your skin look like a damn filter.
And their staff is absolutely amazing. It's like a mini Botox party, which personally is my favorite. You leave looking fresher and you don't have a hangover.
Another good thing is that if you go in there and you tell them that a couple of Sassholes sent you, you get 15% off of everything.
That's unbelievable. So if you have been considering getting that glow up and making that ex jealous, it's time.
Okay, so they're going upstate for the
Yes.
weekend getaway. Along the way, they're drinking wine and doing cocaine. Shocker. The more Andrew snorts, the more he starts talking about weird shit. And Eigil's like, just telling himself, okay, he's well connected. I'm just going to stick it out. He's wealthy. I'm going to play along. This place is secluded. It's rarely used and it's out in the woods. They go in and keep the party going with wine and Coke. Bernard is like third wheeling at this point. And he said Andrew was hyper focused on Eigil. Andrew and Eigil begin having consensual BDSM sex play. And Bernard says he left the room at this point and went upstairs to turn on the radio to drown out the sound. But I don't believe that, judging from everything I read.
No, because you says Bernard's point of view.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he didn't leave the room.
I know. That's what I was saying too. He was
was
like, I went upstairs and they were in the basement. I don't know what they were doing.
Yeah, he was chilling.
In a chair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said, even though Bernard, quote, wasn't in the room, he said Andrew began barking orders at Bernard to become involved in the sexy time, became even way more extreme. The mood shifted and Andrew's dominant behavior became more controlling. Eigil was restrained against his will, like he was trying to tap out. And Andrew placed a black leather hood or a bondage hood over his head. And this is what it looked like.
Fucking shit.
And it's skin tight. For those of you who aren't watching, it's got eye holes and a zipper, and it's literally leather.
It's like the mask from American Horror Story type of deal.
Yeah.
Minus really being able to see the eyes.
Yeah. The zipper was horizontal over his mouth. So he was already like, no, I'm good. And now they put this hood on him whenever he's trying to stop. At some point after 7 a.m., so this was a whole night of who knows. For reasons unknown, Andrew wanted to move the party outside of the cabin to a nearby smokehouse on the property. They walked Eigil out there in the S&N hood, handcuffs, and he was dragging Eigil on a leash. Oh, by the way, Eigil only was dressed in the hood, a jockstrap, and dog collar, and some people say that he had his boots on. Too, and that's it. Eigil is panicking at this point because he's tried to tap out of the game, and Andrew's like, I don't give a shit.
He's also not on coke.
Yeah, well, he was doing it too, I think, with them.
Oh, I thought he wasn't.
Yeah, but they're like out of their fucking minds, and he was even like,
because I'm like, I can't stay up till 7 a.m. unless I got some of that powder.
Right.
I'm kidding, but caffeine works just as fine.
Earlier that night, Andrew had told Bernard that Eigil was not going to leave the cabin alive. Bernard had brought a rifle from inside the cabin that belonged to his father. While Andrew was, for lack of a better term, behind Eigil, who was now on his knees, he looked at Bernard and said, he's ready. He wants to die. Shoot him. Bernard fired 2 shots into the back of Eigil's head, killing him instantly. Now,
for what fucking reason?
Exactly.
I'm about to rip this microphone and slam it through that glass. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to, Drew. I would never do that. Just like, don't.
But there, no reason. He didn't, just because he wanted to escalate, and he kept escalating. There were rumors about how he had killed other people before this, but nothing ever substantiated because everybody was too afraid to come forward because he was so connected in like politics and things in New York as well. So Bernard's like on drugs, and he's like, he's not going to leave alive. He wants to die. And Bernard said he was like, oh, okay. So there are conflicting stories on what happened next. One of them said that Andrew continued to, quote, sleep with Eigil's body after he had been shot until he finished. Either way, it's so twisted and sick and sad and uncalled for. No reason. Like, no reason at all.
That makes no fucking sense.
I know. None.
Like, I can't. Do you think it was premeditated?
Yeah, he said before they left that he was going to die before they got there. Like, he told Bernard before they even went and picked him up.
Like, was he super coked out whenever he had said that the first? See, then I wouldn't believe him.
Yeah, that's why he was
he didn't bring any weapon.
Yeah, he went.
It was already. That's what I'm saying. It was already in the house, so he didn't bring anything.
Right. Now, instead of panicking or calling 911, Andrew was calm, and the 2 men moved Andrew's body inside the smokehouse. Okay. They poured gas on his body and set it on fire to destroy the evidence, but they didn't destroy everything. The black leather S&M hood didn't burn, and they couldn't get it off of him, so they just left it on his face. They got back in the car, and they head back to New York City.
That's all they did.
They threw evidence out along the way on the drive. They threw out several cans of Crisco that apparently was used during the sex, a whip, and some other stuff. They stopped at one point, and I read this in multiple things. They stopped at one point. They tried to hide and shove a large dildo. And it's not funny, but it's horrible. But it's just, if you take the context out,
right,
into a storm drain, but it wouldn't fit. So one thing I read said that road workers actually found it later. They drew a friggin' face on it, and then they hid it around their office because they didn't know what it was from. Yeah.
We have to. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that I feel like I have to say this, but you don't pick up dildos that you find in the wild.
I hate that you have to say that too, and I agree with that statement.
Because they were in holes. And you're just picking it up, drawing on it, and then putting it through the office.
Yeah.
That's...
I feel like this is really sad.
It is really sad and uncalled for, and no murders are called for, but this is unreal. And then after that, they put Eigil's clothes that he was wearing into a Goodwill bin just to get rid of it. They just donated them.
I just don't think they thought this through either. Like, this is what makes me feel like, I know he said that statement before, that would technically, and I would want him to get premeditation because it's more time in prison. But the end game of what they're, like, to put a crime scene outfit into a place where it will literally be witnessed by others. It's not your trash. Like, you donated it.
Right.
That's just insane.
And after they do all this, they just go about their lives like nothing happened. Eigil's friends were like, he's not in school. This is the last few weeks before graduation. Where is he? He never misses. So they start looking for him, and a missing person report's filed. Now, again, it's the 80s. They said, oh, he just ran off with another homo. Like, he just ran off. Then they dismissed it. They're like, he ran off. It's fine. Like the police were. During the investigation, they finally did. And Andrew was like, no, I barely knew him. Like, he acts like they were like, hey, Eigil's missing. People say you saw him. You've met him. You're friends with him. And Andrew's like, I don't even know. I barely know that guy. Like, and I don't even care if he's gone. Like, whatever. And he probably, even though he knows he's dead, he probably would have acted that way anyway. They're like, this guy could be dead. And he was like, well, I don't fucking care. Because he's just so narcissistic.
Did he tell anyone that he was going there? Because he did tell that one. He did talk to one friend, right? And they were like, I was drugged there at a party.
No, he told him about the first one, but this time he didn't. They just called him on and said, hey, do you want to go on a weekend getaway? And he was like, yeah. So, like, no one really knew where he went. They just assumed because they had seen
And why him?
I know.
I thought I hit you. I just don't understand the why him on this. And
Right.
why now and why in that situation.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I was really expecting this to be like a out of nowhere. Like, something happened and he just went too far.
Yeah, no.
Not a I am choosing to lose my mind in a moment for no reason.
Right.
And the person did nothing.
It's sad.
It's terrible.
You know what I was waiting for?
What?
For you to tell me that Eigil freaking became like a crazy good artist, and like,
I know, he probably would have gone far. Okay. A few weeks later, on March 17th, 1985, 3 boys are at the LeGeros property just exploring the woods and randomly go inside the smokehouse. They find the remains of Eigil and they call the police, and the leather hood is still on his face.
How many years later?
This was only a few weeks later.
Oh, I thought you said 3 years. I
No.
literally have to get my hearing checked.
A few weeks.
I was like, so 3 years his body was in there and no one knew.
No.
I'm done with myself.
So-
I'm gonna go home and sit in a quiet room.
The actual, this actually was the key, because without the hood, back then, the police said they might not have been able to solve the case because it preserved its teeth in the hood. So
geez.
they got to identify him with dental records. They connect the dots and know that Andrew was the last one seen with Eigil. Bernard LeGeros isn't as calm about all of this as Andrew, though. So in the few weeks that Andrew's just like, whatever, I'm just going to keep doing my art thing, he begins talking to friends, and he told one of his friends all the details. The friend was so put off about it that he journaled about it immediately, and so he would remember everything that he told him.
Oh my God, I like that friend.
Yeah.
Journal babe.
And then they bring in Andrew and Bernard for questioning, and Andrew is like, I've never even been to that cabin, and I'm not saying anything else. So you're beneath me. Let me out of here. Bernard, on the other hand, is questioned for 25 hours straight, which I didn't even know.
That's not even legal anymore.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't.
That
know
is
you
a
could even do
tactic that is no longer legal.
25 hours.
They used to do that all the time to get people to confess.
Oh,
They
yeah.
wouldn't let them leave. They wouldn't let them smoke a cig. Like, they did that to make people confess. And that's how a lot of false confessions happened
Yeah.
in that time frame.
Could you
all the
imagine
way
being
before?
questioned for 25 hours? You don't even want to do it for 25 minutes.
You're struggling to make it through this podcast.
No, my thing is, You could sit there for 25 hours and not say anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, he was chatty, but you could. Agreed.
No, I could not.
I couldn't. I talk too much. I'd be like, I'm bored. Okay, I'll tell you.
I'd be like, look, let's talk about it. Your skin tone's fantastic. What kind of makeup did you use?
That's right.
I would just turn the topic.
I'm like, do I get to eat?
I feel like you could sit across from somebody and not say something for 20. Could
I
you
do a
that?
lot. Like, there's a lot of meetings I go to and I don't say a word.
I believe that. How?
I just take in all the information I possibly can and let everybody else talk.
There
I've
you go.
never
That's why
done
he's
that.
friends with people like us. No, okay. So 25 hours straight during the interrogation. Bernard does not keep quiet. He changes his story over and over and over and over again.
It's his property, right? It's
Yeah,
his parents' property.
Yep.
Yeah, see, that's a whole nother kit and caboodle.
Uh-huh. So he keeps changing his story, and eventually he admits to shooting Eigil because Andrew ordered him to do so. So then Andrew comes back to the station. He's got his attorney. He hands him his passport, but he doesn't say anything. And his lawyer is like, oh, he's not going to answer any questions. He just wanted to give you his passport. He also said something weird, though. The lawyer goes, what if my client was there? What if everything happened just as Bernard says, but my client thought the gun wasn't real? What if he believed it was all part of a fantasy? Like, Andrew's just standing there and his lawyer is talking about it. They're like,
Dude, I can't even lie. That is a fucking...
it's kind of a baller move.
It is making me think of all the thrillers that I read.
Right.
Like, where it wasn't a fake gun. And yes.
He's
like
like
that
walking
was...
in-
I can't believe that attorney was able to come up with that complete, utter piece of absolute dog shit bullshit.
Right.
And say that.
Mhm.
I'm more impressed by I hope they still failed, but that was a really good angle.
And the cops are like, cool story. Please shut up because we're searching his gallery. So while he's in there, they find the rifle used, but it was wiped clean for prints in Andrew Crispo's gallery. They confirmed with Bernard's dad that was his and it was the only one missing from the collection that was locked up there. After Bernard's
So he took the gun and brought it back?
Yeah. Andrew had it in his gallery, the gun that was fake. They found it in there.
That's like, and it was Bernard's dad's gun, right?
Mhm.
That is,
Yep.
Wow, spectacular.
Yep. After Bernard's confession, he was arrested for second-degree murder on March 27th, 1985, and the media went berserk, like bananas.
I'm sorry, I had a seizure. What year?
1985, March
you.
27th,
Okay.
1985. And they changed, and the media started calling this the death mask murder. And this is a sad part that the media sensationalized that part. Eigil got lost in the shuffle a lot.
Well,
of
he
times.
also, his face was removed from the experience, right? Like it was a mask.
Yeah.
He died in a mask.
Mm-hmm.
And so what does that generally mean in the story of it?
Right.
His identity is hidden.
Right.
I can see how the media would take that into some bullshit.
And
which
they would all hold the mask
usually
up and, like,
it would be a whole different scenario because we all know this. The media covers pretty people. And Eigil was gorgeous.
mm-hmm.
So I also feel like he would have gotten a whole bunch of attention
Right.
if maybe the mask was not a part of it. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Bernard keeps telling the police that Andrew made him do it, but there wasn't enough evidence to charge Andrew with anything yet. Witnesses had seen the leather hood at Andrew's place before, but said, and they were like, yeah, that's Andrew's. He has that leather hood, but it wasn't unique. It was just, anyone could have bought that
Yeah.
because it was a pretty standard mask, like sex hood. There wasn't any DNA linking Andrew to the case, no fingerprints, and he wasn't saying a word. This gets even more frustrating because now Andrew Crispo couldn't be charged with anything at all.
Bernard. Is he the one getting charged with everything?
Mm-hmm.
Why does he not fucking play the fiddle?
He's trying to tell them, but they say they don't have enough evidence to pin it on him, so they don't want to charge him. And Bernard's like, are you kidding me?
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Oh my God. That is a limp dick in the hand. That is nonsense because it is literally the person who said the person was there.
Mhm.
There has to be semen somewhere.
Something. But they burn him.
Semen of Andrews in that anything, fingerprint, anywhere on that building. The smokehouse.
But I mean, they could just say, yeah, like a lot of the thing was
yes,
like
it's circumstantial, but you could still arrest. People get arrested for circumstantial evidence and they go to jury.
Right.
Bernard, they go to trial, not they go to jury.
They go to jury.
They go to the jury.
I love reading about when people go to jury.
God. Duty.
Duty. Okay. Bernard LeGeros' trial began in September of 1985. He actually took the stand, and up there he said, "I did it, but Andrew made me, and I was coked out of my skull, and I suffered severe psychological manipulation from Andrew for years." So he was basically like, "I did this, but I was coerced." They called Andrew to the stand, and shocker, he pled the fifth 6 times, and the judge was like, "Okay, please just get down." Because they kept asking him questions over and over, and he was like, "No, I'm not talking." On September 26th, Bernard was found guilty and sentenced to 25 years to life in prison, and Andrew went home. Investigator,
you better fucking tell me that's not how this ends. I swear to you, Heather.
Okay, I'm just telling her. I'm glad you're sitting there because she's about to pounce. Investigators were pissed because they knew he did it. They had to figure out how to get him. Federal investigators were like, "Okay, well, we're going to start digging through your financials."
Oh, please do.
And his gallery and his art empire, because it began to crumble, because they still published that Crispo was behind all this in the papers and stuff, but he wasn't formally charged. So his reputation was already tarnished. People didn't really want to be associated with him, even though he wasn't officially charged.
Again, innocent until proven guilty. Bullshit. Right. Guilty until proven innocent.
Especially back then.
Especially always.
Then. Yeah. 1 month later, Andrew was charged and pled guilty to federal tax fraud from falsified records for his art business for millions of dollars. He was sentenced to 5 years in federal prison and was out in 3.5 in July of 1989. After his release, his Southampton mansion literally exploded. Like, he went to go home, his house exploded. There was a natural gas leak that the company actually admitted to, and thankfully nobody was home. But Andrew, this little shithead, was like, "Okay, well, I'm going to file a civil lawsuit against you guys, the huge gas company." And he won millions of dollars.
I hate everything.
Yeah. However, his finances began to spiral. His gallery collapsed entirely, and he ended up having to file for bankruptcy. During his bankruptcy proceedings, he got pissed off at the attorneys that were handling it, and he threatened to kidnap the daughter of one of the lawyers, and he made death threats against her from prison.
So this dude got away with literally murder, then lost his money, and then got millions back, and then still lost it because he's so stupid.
Yeah.
And then decides to do that.
Yep.
Wow, this guy sucks.
Because he is so full of himself. In 2000, he was convicted of attempted extortion and attempted obstruction of justice, and he also pled guilty to possession of crack cocaine.
Oh my.
For this, he got 7 years in prison and was out in 5.
Oh my God.
So basically, after that, he continued to struggle with his finances and his fall from grace, but he was snubbed and forgotten, and basically broke.
So to him is almost worse than death, I'm sure.
So he was never held accountable for his role in Eigil Dag Vesti's murder. But I mean, he did still at least get some punishment socially. He died after being evicted from his apartment in Brooklyn, and he was living in a nursing home at age 78. Bernard LeGeros spent a total of 33 years behind bars and was released from on parole in 2019. People still question to this day if he was the mastermind behind it, if Bernard was the mastermind behind all of this, which I don't understand why. I don't think so.
It was his house, his gun, his parents. And he's the one that did it.
Yeah.
So
people still question if Andrew had a part in it. And I'm like, judging from everything else I know about his life, Andrew's life, I don't see.
Here's the other thing, too, that we always forget about when we're doing our stories is that we got to binge watch the crime and everything about it.
Right.
And get our ideas and create our pictures and figure out what happened. When this was happening.
Oh, yeah.
It was 85. And there is no 24/7 coverage in the courtroom.
Right.
There's no all the things we have today. So people who were alive then and like experienced it, I'm sure they were like, dude, it totally screams it was Bernard.
But people still, okay, so when Bernard got released They like New York Magazine and stuff. They did like a big expose on it again because Bernard's done a lot of interviews and stuff since then.
I'm sure he has.
Telling his side of the story. But people still question it. I don't think that Bernard did it, but he wasn't innocent. But like I
mean,
like,
he's the one that shot him.
Yeah, obviously. But you know what I mean. Like I don't think
he did it,
it.
but he did shoot.
I know he wasn't. I mean, I don't think he planned it. I think he was just like a coked out kid who was.
How old was he when he did this?
He was young. I mean, he was only like 19 when we started hanging around him, so he was young.
He was old enough to go to war and vote.
Yeah,
and buy alcohol. So he was an adult.
Yeah.
He had to have been at least like 21, 22.
But your frontal lobe, when you don't develop as a man till when? Like
25.
So he was younger than that, at least. But I get what you're saying.
But your hippocampus knowing right or wrong is developed.
Y'all are not neuroscientists. Number one. Number two is like,
I need to know if that has anything to do with.
Here she goes. She's getting under googs.
No,
like, yeah, you're just talking about all the different parts of the brain.
Yeah, because I just read a thing on literally when you understand right from wrong as a young child.
Yeah. But I guess my thing is like, I would say 99.9% of the population make it from birth, the day of their birth, to 25 without murdering somebody.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So
or
you can't
snorting
be like,
cocaine.
you can't be like, oh, his
Right.
brain just wasn't developed, so he just murdered people.
Agreed.
Oh, yeah.
Agreed.
I just meant that he was very impressionable and mixing drugs and alcohol and idolizing this
Again, but that's
rich
still...
man. Not giving him an out. I'm just saying that's part of the.
Well, you did.
the
Say,
You did kind of give him
You
an
did
out.
say you didn't think he did it.
Okay, I want this. This
Yeah.
is the. This is,
Yes, I'm happy
this is-
it's here too today.
This is my disclaimer. I'm not giving him an out, but I just said he might be more in a vulnerable state than what he would have been later on in life if there were no drugs and no rich man in the picture. I don't think that he would have murdered. My personal opinion.
I am wrong on the hippocampus.
I just think that's a fun word to say.
Yeah, it sounded like you knew what you
It
was talking
did,
about.
and I thought
Say
I
anything with confidence.
I'm literally reading a book right now that's about a 5-year-old girl who went through like a horrible
May want
traumatic
to reread it.
traumatic, and it's whether or not that child could be saved
Oh,
mentally, or if all the damage was done because it's when her brain was developing that her dad was a serial killer killing people and she saw it. So I'm trying to, what is it? Maybe amygdala. That has something to do with like threat, fear, reward.
That's what I was thinking.
Did you ever see on,
I think like if you're not an expert in the field,
you should just shut the fuck up.
no, not shut up,
Oh.
but just do like a broad term, like the brain.
That's why I just
Like,
said
there's
his
something-
brain isn't
There's
developed.
something in the
Well,
brain that's not clicking.
Right.
You don't have to pick the spot.
I'd like to know this spot though.
It's like that's like 15 years of school to know that spot.
That's
He's
valid.
like, just say the noggin. Like,
just say the
nogs.
brain.
Yeah.
Just say the brain.
No, I'm just playing. I'm not an expert in it either. So you said it, and I was like, could be right.
I thought
Do
she
you know
was
who
right
Penn
'cause you
Badgley
said-
is? He's the dude on You. He's the
Oh,
actor on You.
yeah.
So he was, this is what that made me think of when you said, first of all, neither one of you are brain surgeons. He was literally in an interview with Ariana Grande, and she just started like crying and being like, I just think all of you guys are so strong. And he literally goes, you don't know any of them. And her face was, and it was on a podcast. And he was like, you don't even know these people, so stop getting all teary-eyed saying that they're so strong.
Stuff like
That's what made me think of was that moment. I was like, damn, it happened to me. You're right.
That stuff is so funny when stuff like that happens. Like I try to create those moments.
Yeah, I felt it
But
a
I'm
lot
an
today.
idiot. But I'm an idiot. But I'm an idiot. Like I just
love-
like to create awkward moments. It's funny.
Yeah. That's why you're an honorary Sasshole now.
I love that you do that. It's so fun.
It is.
Okay, wait. I got one more line. One more.
Oh, yes.
One more line. Okay. Okay. And long before Eigil Dag Vesti became, quote, the man in the mask, he was just Eigil, a son, a friend, and a man who came to America chasing the American dream, but sadly he never got to fully achieve it. And that is the sad story of the murder of Eigil Dag Vesti.
That was extremely sad.
That is sad.
I know. He
And I
wanted
feel like
to-
he got nothing.
I know he just wanted to come over here, and he had he was just trying to
He was too young. There was no need for it.
Right.
And even the way it sounds like he wasn't even going there to like really do the whole set. Like, yes, obviously he knew it was on the table and he was fine with it being on the table.
Yeah, he was into it. But then when he tried to tap out, they didn't let him tap out.
But it just, he wasn't there to like just insanely party. He wasn't, I don't want to, he just, it wasn't what he was expecting by any form or fashion. I don't think he thought he was putting himself in an unsafe situation.
No, he didn't.
Why would you think you were?
Yeah.
Just because that dude liked to fight people or have his minions fight people.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd be like, I guess if I can take a good hit in the face, I guess I'll be fine.
He did a lot of stuff too. Like Andrew Crispo went to all the gay clubs and bars, and there was a lot of guys that were like not out, but they would get to be themselves there, and a lot of like doormen and stuff like that. He tried to blackmail like the bar owners and all these people, and he basically got banned from all the bars.
But I mean, there was still queer fear back then, right? Like hate crimes were still happening.
Yeah, I mean just like they said when he went to the cops and said Eigil was missing, they were like, "Oh, he just ran out
with his gay friends." No, like that was such a hard time in general to be out and gay, and that sucks. Be who you are, always and forever.
Yeah.
So for then you to, in a moment where somebody gets to be themselves in a safe space, and then now you're ready to tell everyone. Yeah. When I am trying to still be private in my safety, because it was a safety factor.
Yeah, it's like you went to the certain bars if you wanted to get into that, but there were, like you said, so.
But also just be yourself. Like men could, whether or not they were in hiding or like not out of the closet yet, like it, even if they enjoyed being gay and they were openly gay, there's still a security of being in an environment where you can actually express,
you can breathe.
Gay. Yes, like I can truly be my only full self.
Right. Well, anyway,
that's a sad story.
It is a sad story, and it's even sadder that we ever lived in a time that type of hate existed,
right,
for anybody.
And this was like his own kind,
and it really sucks because like we're still not all the way out of it.
Exactly.
Right.
And so yeah, this story was really sad. I hated it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm happy that we could make you hate the last hour.
Yeah. I hated everything about it.
Yeah. Well,
like, rate, review, subscribe.
I know. One more time though,
unsubscribe.
Oh no, don't listen to him. No. One more time, tell people how they can follow you and get tickets to the show that you have. Hopefully we still get to MC after this. He's gonna don't fire us.
No, just KizerArts.com. Tickets are whatever you want to pay for them.
Tell me there's ever an event where the tickets are literally just pay what you want to pay.
That shows how big your heart is.
Yeah.
No, not really. Look,
he says my bank account.
No.
No, but like you get
it's smaller than my heart. I'm over here grunching it. No, I think my thing is like I think everybody deserves to go enjoy a night of their life. Like, and sometimes you get priced out of it.
Yes.
Yes.
You know, especially in the art world. Especially like traveling and stuff. The cost of admission to some of these things is so high. So, you know, people pay $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a ticket. Not everybody can do that.
Yeah, no.
So my goal always is, especially here in Owensboro, is to make it at least a good. I'm not saying I joke around a lot, but I don't think my art's incredible or my paintings are incredible. I don't think that
we do.
Everyone disagrees with that.
The whole world.
No, I don't think I'm this incredible painter or that I'm the best, because there's a million other people who's better than me. But I at least want to be able to give people a good experience and a good night away from troubles of life in general. So it's really why I like doing the shows, because I don't really like getting on stage and painting. I'm not a super social person. I don't like to be in front of people, but it is rewarding to know that like 500, 600, 700 people show up and just had a good time for one night.
Oh yeah, we need to tell you guys about Volume 2. Whenever he tells us, oh, he'd love for us to MC. We're like, great. Yeah, we'd love to. It's fine. He goes, he's like, maybe 150 people. He comes back to us a week before. I think it's like 750. I'm like, I'm sorry, what now?
I remember when it went to 400. And then it was like, well, now it's in a bigger ballroom.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we're like, I'm not going to shit myself.
But oh, go ahead.
No. But well, initially, because I don't like being in front of a lot of people, sometimes I like cutting the crowd to a certain number,
Yeah.
Mhm.
like 150.
That's your good number.
That's my
the
good
Aaron
number.
Kizer
That's my good number. That's if my microphone don't work, people may still be able to hear me. And that's my, if I start messing up and just need to run off, it's only 150 people. It's solid. not 500, 600, 700.
I couldn't imagine you just being like, I just think I'm
He
going to
just
run
drops
off.
and he's like, I gotta go. But I think it's cool that like you use your platform and your name, even though you're literally the most humble person ever and you're friends with
Yes.
celebrities. But anyway, you use your platform to showcase other artists, and you even said that you eventually want to grow the show to where you're not up there, which I would revolt. But anyway, like you want to use your
Agreed.
platform so other artists who may not have the opportunity to get in front of people or sell their work and stuff, it's a really cool thing that what you do.
Yeah. But even like some of the people that I do know and that I'm friends with, it's like, they're just good at one thing and they became famous for it. But it doesn't make them better than somebody else because they are good at something that's just not something you could become famous for. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
I think that's something else that I really dislike too about that whole world is just like the inequality of the way we view people, because somebody can do this one thing.
Yeah.
And somebody else does something else just as good.
Right.
It's just not something that anybody else cares to watch or pay
Right.
big money for, you know? So it's like, I know cooks who are incredible at what they do.
Yes.
They're not super famous for that, but like they're just as good as these other people are, or better than me at painting.
Just as skilled in their
Yeah, it's a lot
trade.
of luck, and it's a lot of luck. It really is. It's like 90% luck.
Man.
I found that to be like the case even with my paintings. It was just all luck. I do believe that luck finds you working. Like luck will hit you while you're doing something, but it's not the doing something that made it good. It was the luck. It just happened to hit.
Do you think it's, but also persistence and consistency? Because like, I know you chalk it up to luck, but luck doesn't come if you're not already skilled in it.
No,
you
no,
know?
but here's the thing. You can be persistent and consistent your entire existence. And I'm not trying to make a rap, but you can do that your whole life and still never
Yeah.
reach a goal.
Yeah.
So, and you could be just as good as anybody else. It's just that luck in the middle somewhere, whether you got a break on something or something weird happened
Yeah.
that
Like
turned.
you went on a podcast and then
Yeah.
you got shot to stardom because
No.
Oh,
We'd
no,
really
I
like
know.
if you would shoot us to stardom,
I
because
know,
we've been
yeah.
doing this shit since 2022.
No, I'll tell you the funniest thing that I've actually realized doing, like traveling and doing all the painting and everything. Like some of my biggest shows and my most high paid events, those all came from like the most obscure situation I was in. It's like, hey, I saw you. Like my cousin lives in, let's just say, freaking, I don't know, London, Kentucky. And they saw you paint in London, Kentucky. And now they're asking me to come to LA at a big event. You know, it's just,
I would
Wild.
like that to happen.
but it's like always just like, it's never where you think it's going to be at anyways.
yeah.
But that's like, and I say all that to say it's like kind of the gist of this show and the meaning behind it and the thoughts behind it is like, because like memento mori, just remember you're going to die. All your successes and failures won't matter at that point. And no matter if I live to be 80, I still don't have that long. And then everything I've ever done won't matter within a year after that. Maybe even shorter than that. So it's like that thought process is what like the show is about, of like how to just go out and just do a bunch of shit and just hope that something works, but enjoy it in the time that you're doing it. And like that's kind of just my goal for this show and just like every painting or anything I do. It's like I have to enjoy it because, like I said, if I live to be 80, I don't have much longer. If I live to be 45, I don't have much longer.
Right.
So, and I don't know when that'll be, but I want to try to enjoy and get as much out of it all as I can. So, but that's the point of the show. And I'm just glad we're doing it the day before Halloween too.
We're so
my
pumped.
God.
The
Halloween.
pumpness of this is
Because I
at a high
love
level.
Halloween.
Okay, listen.
I would hope you would. You're a vibe that if you
Oh,
didn't like
yeah.
Halloween, I would feel weird.
First of all, I'm obsessed with the shirts. He
Me
has
too.
one
We
on
need
right
to
now.
order
You can
them.
get them on KizerArts.com along with your tickets. But I love the fact that you were like, I don't dress up, but I love Halloween because I'm obsessed with Halloween. Like July 5th to me, after 4th of July, it's Halloween to me.
yeah, no.
So like it's going to include everybody in that
Your
spectrum.
house is decorated in Halloween 24/7.
Correct.
But,
Yes,
but
correct.
that's kind of the thing too. Is like I enjoy Halloween. I like to see other people enjoy it.
That's fair.
Like, because I feel like same thing with coming to watch me paint. I think some people come to watch me paint to see me fail. And that's totally like to mess up.
Oh.
And that's totally fine because I think that's human nature.
Touche.
Like if somebody was doing a tightrope walk downtown and then somebody else was on Southtown, one of them had a net and the other one didn't at the same height, you're going to go watch people without a net because if they fell, it's going to be huge.
You would be dropping truth bombs
So, like-
every time we talk to you.
So like, I guess that's my thing is like my point with Halloween. I don't necessarily have to be involved with it to love the chaos of it. And the same thing with the paintings is like, my paintings just look chaotic. And some people just don't want chaos in their life, but they love to see it.
Also, people who don't like art. Like, I really have to say, like, I wasn't into art and I went to see one of your shows when I first came to Owensboro. It was really short after I'd moved here.
Mm-hmm.
I say that I've been here for so long now. I was in the first quarter of me being here. It was at Green River when it was OZ Tyler.
That's been a while.
Yeah. And I wasn't really into any of it. And somebody else got tickets and I went and I was like, that is a cool experience.
It is.
Like that, like what you do specifically is a very, very cool experience.
Mhm.
And you cannot help but stop what you're doing, put your phone down and experience it with you, you know?
But yeah, but the goal is, and I hope is that like, even if I didn't paint, it's just still a fun night and
Yeah.
experience.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the demographic of people that are at the show,
Yes.
it's like all over the place.
It is all over the board.
You could not do a chart
No.
and it look like you wouldn't be able to pick any one demographic,
Right.
which like for me, I think is really cool.
Oh, yeah.
That's probably my favorite part about it is like, I can look at the crowd, which I don't like to, but when I do, it's like, it's everybody. It's a great representation of the city.
Yes.
It's everybody getting along in one room and from all different backgrounds, ages, sizes, colors.
And
it's
people
a
you wouldn't think
cool-
would normally get along.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah. Like Brooklyn and I, we fight all the time.
Yeah.
No.
But at the,
No.
at the show, y'all were cool.
Well, thank you so much for being here. We're
Yes.
so grateful. As we always say, don't forget, like, rate, review, subscribe.
Yes.
Check out AaronKizer.com. Did I say KizerArts.com? Shit fire. KizerArts.com.
What'd you say the first time?
AaronKizer.com.
That exists
I
too.
feel like it goes
Okay,
to
well
the
then,
same
Yeah.
one.
perfect. So
Yeah.
you can find him.
Yeah.
And yeah, thank you for listening to our 200th episode. We are so happy to have spent 4 years with you guys
Yes.
already, 5 seasons, 200 episodes, which means
200.
over 200 unbelievable stories have been told on these microphones or on the microphone of this cell phone for the
Yeah.
first season. So we love you guys.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Don't forget, don't get mad.
Get sassy.
We love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Aaron.
You're the
Bye.
This episode was sponsored, edited, and produced by Wonderboy Media. Get the deets at WBOYmedia.com to see how you can make your podcast dreams a reality.
Help us out and be sure to rate, review, and subscribe wherever you listen to our audio project. Don't forget, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at, of course, a couple of Sassholes.
Want more sass? Become a member of our Patreon for bonus content, merch, and more. Plus, we're on Cameo now, so there's even more ways to get the sass you need just how you like it. As always, don't get mad.
Get sassy.
Theodore, can I pet that dog?